Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Curtis's Podcast Network. This is Scar Norris. I'm on time for once in my life. This is Curtis's Podcast Network, and this is this AFC South Show 113. We're live. Jeff could not be here this evening. We got our fill-in Colts fan for the evening and regular occurring podcast guest, Alex Boyajian of the Chaotically Intolerant podcast. Please check out everything that they do. Their shorts are amazing. I love the Tecmo Bowl tournament that they've had going on for a while. Please go check them out. Please.
I was really about to ask how much the shorts were, and I didn't realize you were talking about the YouTube shorts, not the wearing kind.
No. If Alex has the kind of magnetism that Taylor Swift does when she can just wear shorts and then their sale price goes up to $700, I couldn't afford that.
I'd love to have that. I got merch that I wear that, the price just isn't going up.
Yeah.
Robert said, "Where's those Colts fans now?"
I'm right here, Robert. Come on, buddy. I'm here.
All right. We already got 6 people in here. Go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers ourselves. We are currently at 370 at the time of this report, or time of this live stream, rather.
I guess nobody wants free tickets because nobody subscribed so far from the from the Jags chat. Like there's 10,000 people in there and nobody wants free tickets to a game. Okay.
With me as always, our resident Jags fan Isaiah Michelli, as well as our resident Titans fan Blake Two-Tone Blue Bellamy.
Mm-hmm.
So with a lot of chaos going on in the division, the Colts have pretty much played half their division slate already, and now their quarterback's potentially on the shelf. A lot of stuff.
No, he's done.
Titans. Oh, he's done?
Irsay said he's done.
Then.
Yeah.
RIP. A lot of stuff going on with the Titans. There could be some moving pieces. The Jags sitting pretty at the top of the division, and the Texans are kind of surprising people right now. No CJ Stroud is, that's for sure. But we'll get into all that and more, so stick around. But first, let's get into the Titans-Ravens game. The Titans travel to London to take an L from the Ravens, 24-16, in a rather ugly fashion that was made to look better in the second half. Blake, what were your thoughts on the game?
I thought they stink, man. They're terrible, man. That was an embarrassing game to watch. Titans are so boring, dude. Like, it's funny, like, watching other games, I'm like, man, like, it's cool seeing a first down. Like, it sucks being a Titans fan this year because it's like every time like, a first down happens, I'm excited. And most of them are by penalty. I think we got like 8 first downs on penalty against the Ravens. So the Ravens, or the refs, were definitely Titans fans. It is, man. It's boring. It's bad football. Offense can't do anything. Defense is actually not too bad. It's just the offense can't do anything. They're not playing complimentary football at all. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, this man has 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. All he does is get sacked. It's hard to watch. Every third down, he just like takes a sack. He just doesn't look. And a lot of it is his fault, I will say. A lot of it's his fault. The offensive line's not great, but he's a veteran quarterback. This man's been playing since 2012 in the NFL. He should be able to get rid of the ball quicker. This dude has no pocket awareness. He misses reads constantly. He had Derrick Henry on that interception, like basically wide open, and he tries to make a huge play. It's like, dude, you're not a rookie, man. Don't just try to make the splash play. Like, get the first down and continue playing football and say he turns the football over. But he blamed an injury on that, which he does have an ankle injury. It's the same ankle. It looks like it's still same injury from last year and the year before. I think he's about done. We all knew he was done as a Titans fan this year, but he can't get it moving. Malik Willis came in there, and you could say he played worse. You could say he played better, but regardless, it was the same result. They sucked. Malik Willis also no pocket awareness. He doesn't throw the football. He took on his 8 dropbacks, 4 of them were sacks. It's just embarrassing. He has the second highest sack percentage of anyone that has over, I think, 50 or 75 dropbacks in NFL history. The first being Luke Falk, who was also a Tennessee Titans quarterback. So Titans putting up records. I'm ready to see Will Levis. I've seen enough Malik Willis. This man's played like 8 or 9 games, has yet to throw a passing touchdown. I don't see why he's earned the right to see the field before a second-round pick we drafted. So it's bad. I mean, you have Jeffrey Simmons calling out the defense. T.R. Tart's going all over the internet, making fun of the Titans essentially. Like, his ass is getting traded. And it's a whole mess. Christian Fulton's terrible. He's getting benched. His parents are lighting people up in the comment sections. The Titans are a reality show. I wish we were on Hard Knocks in season, honestly. Just to see, like, the chaos going on. Like, I wish Isaiah Wilson was here this year. I think he would have fit in perfectly.
Damn. Yeah, wow. All right.
Yeah, bring Pac-Man as a defensive backs coach. Yeah, I went on a tangent, but the Titans are just a mess right now. They're terrible.
All right, so I guess that answers one of my questions about Ryan Tannehill being cute. Like, if he's healthy to go, you would rather see Will Levis.
Nah, get his ass out of here. You've thrown 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. With Derrick Henry off the field, he has thrown 0 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Every time Derrick Henry gets off the field, we know it's a pass play. It never fails. If I know that sitting on my couch watching the same boring team every single week, you know these defensive coordinators making millions of dollars who study film religiously can pick that up too. Everyone knows it. We make no adjustments. Tim Kelly's way better than Todd Downing, but that means nothing. We won 2 games and lost 4. So yeah.
That was actually something I was talking to a Titans fan today about. I got a regular at the pub that comes in. He's a huge Titans fan. But he stopped watching the games this season because they make no adjustments. Like, if anybody figures out a way to stop Derrick Henry, they don't find a new way to get Derrick Henry going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're just like, well, that's not working. And then they start throwing the ball and they take him off the field, making it like an exclamation point, essentially. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're definitely throwing.
If you look at any successful play caller in the NFL, they always give the ball to their best players. And the Titans don't do that. We always try to, like, get cute and throw to our 3rd string tight end or try to make an eligible offensive lineman and toss it to him or do something cute. We have Derrick Henry. Give him the damn ball. Let him score touchdowns. He's real good at it.
Yeah, that's the same thing the Ravens do too. They never give the ball to Lamar when they should.
It's so stupid. It's frustrating. And they have always had bad play callers.
I see that.
What I don't understand is Henry as a power back. I mean, I think historically he's always struggled in the first half of the game, right? And then you can wear the defense down with him. It gets really tiring to tackle a guy that big.
Yeah.
Why are they not? Why don't they just keep giving him the fucking ball? I understand his age, but I mean, I didn't watch the game because it was a London game, and I think this was the most forgettable game of the week, probably, if you're not a Titans fan.
Unless you're a huge kicker fan. It was a great kicker game.
Great kicking game. You know,
shout out special.
Fantastic. Yeah. But Henry had, I mean, he averaged 8.1 yards a carry, unless I'm just completely.
No, he looked great. He looked great, and then we went away from him, like always. He didn't play
12 carries. That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's like, let's take
21 passing plays. You guys didn't have the ball that much, I guess.
No, the Titans did not have the ball. I watched most of the game. We didn't open, or I didn't have to go in until 12, so I got to watch all but the last like 30 seconds of the game or something. This was just the Ravens defense confusing the hell out of whatever quarterback was going out there, and then the offensive line couldn't do anything. There was 0 answers. They took Dillard out of the game after they let him try. And I think in 4 pass blocking snaps, he had like 2 pressures and a QB hit and a sack. Mm-hmm. So then they put MPF out there, and he played the rest of the game.
And he had 2 penalties too, and a sack.
Yeah. So they're trying, and it's just it's as bad as advertised. You know, I feel like everybody who wasn't a Titans fan this offseason was like, this offensive line is a problem. And the Titans were like,
Well, so our biggest need in the offseason is left tackle. So we have a great pick. So we draft a left guard or left tackle and then put him at left guard. And we're still struggling at left tackle. Dude, put your first round pick at left tackle.
Why have they not moved him out there yet? Like, that makes no sense.
Malpractice.
Like, I was also talking about this. Like, Dillard is paid like $10 million a season or something.
Yeah,
they gave him. Yeah,
that's why he got the starting nod at left tackle, because he's getting paid that much money.
Yeah, kick him inside and play guard. He's probably better suited there. He's not athletic. Skronsky's athletic.
Yeah,
makes sense. But
what's like,
also, I don't know.
Like, rebuild your line.
I'll say that.
You rebuild your line. You have 4 to 5 new starters, and they're all like second and third stringers from other teams, and then a rookie. It's like, why would you think that putting in people who couldn't start? Yeah, but it's like, why are you thinking that bringing in people who couldn't start where they were to your team is going to automatically make them a starter? And like, you get them at a discount because Rand Carthen doesn't want to spend all their money. But like, I don't know. Wait, hold on. Rand Carthen's the one. Is he from the Cardinals or the 49ers?
49ers.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Monty Ossenford is the GM.
He used to be the Titans assistant.
Well, no, there was there in the offseason.
We did interview somebody from there.
It was Byron Leftwich, and he wanted a GM that currently was like a player personnel guy with the Cardinals. I was thinking it was that guy. I was like, if they kick Braves out, they might bring in Byron, but it's a different guy.
Yeah, my Choco Taco bet looks better every weekend. I bet the guy who comes into the pub and brings us basically our floor mats so that we don't slip and kill people. I bet him a Choco Taco that if the Titans win 4 games, that Mike Vrabel gets fired. And he was like, there ain't no way. Every weekend it looks close. Let's get some comments real quick. Titan Fox, what's up, baby boy? How you doing? Robert Minshew one more for the Jags. Skarnhorst, yo, Texans, how we feeling? I'd be feeling pretty amazing if my rookie QB was acting like that. Sorry, I'm trying to pull these up now. Richardson should listen to Trevor.
Yeah.
Is he rapping or something now?
No, after the Colts Jags game in week 1, Trevor talked to him and they asked him what he said. He told him, he was like, hey, it's a long year. It's a long league. He's like, you need to get down and make sure you're not taking all these big hits. And what did Anthony Richardson do? Not that.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Or we'll start
for anybody. Yeah, for anybody that has watched the
yeah.
show for a long time, and even in the offseason, I have been on record before the draft saying that whatever team Anthony Richardson goes to, he's going to do the same thing he did at Florida, and he's going to miss multiple plays per game and then multiple games due to trying to be the hero and running 2 straight up and down. And I've said that for 8, 12, 24 months now. And
I blame this. I blame it. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I blame it on the coaching. I can't stand Steichen. Cannot stand him. And it's a very hot take for a Colts fan to say that about him because they're so high.
Just because we're not getting into it, I'm not going to get into it. But what I will say is Richardson and Trevor have a very similar problem where they're too competitive and they try and extend plays and they try and get those extra yards when they should just go down and live another down. They both do the same thing. Lawrence has gotten a little better about it after being in the league for 2 years now, but coaching can only do so much for an aggressive cat that doesn't want to go down and doesn't want to, have a chance of missing a big play if he keeps on going. So, but I can see the argument both ways though for
way too many designed runs.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
We'll keep our mouth shut about it now. Okay.
Yeah. I had an escape.
We're just filling time.
Told Titan fans that Tanny wouldn't make it to behind that O-line to week 10, says Robert. Mudbone, what up, baby boy? How you doing? Go Texans. That's you. Why am I showing you?
That's me. I am in fact.
Jags fan here. It's our division to lose now. Hope T-Law is okay for Thursday night. I'd rather be safe than sorry with him. Sit him if he isn't 100.
The next one's me again.
I saw that. It's funny. You and Jeff are very active in the comment section. in the podcast.
I try to be.
It's ridiculous. I don't have the like, I don't know what the hell that would be. It's not spatial awareness, but that's the only thing that came to my mind.
Well, I used to do Twitch streaming, so I had to get used to being able to like reply to chat and like look over and do all that fancy stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
While playing
That makes
Tarkov
sense.
and other games.
Here. All right. Were there any big injuries in that Titans game?
Just Tannehill, but that's fine.
The Titans' pride.
Yeah. They got a bye week coming up, so you got a week to heal up.
T.R. Tart, if he doesn't get traded, he'll be fine by then. Looks like he could have played this past week, but he was being a little, B word.
Yeah, it'd be like that. All right. Well,
I wouldn't dare call him a bitch. He'd probably kill me. So
yeah, let's act in self-preservation.
Random Titans fan on the internet, number 246. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, murdered by T.R. Tart. Because I feel like he's one of those idiots that would murder somebody. He would risk it all for a fan.
You're not going to call him a bitch.
Hashtag Ray Lewis, baby.
Yeah. I'm glad he's free, though. Ray didn't do it.
Me and Ray have the same birthday, actually. Fun fact.
Really? That's funny. Me and Ray Rice have the same birthday.
Oh, hey.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's creepy.
I only share my birthday with like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
If Henry goes down, you can draft another QB. Yeah, true. The third and second round looking hot for QBs.
Dude, Henry should be QB1. Like, honestly, why is he not?
I mean, at a certain point, you got to try.
He scored half as many touchdowns as Ryan Tannehill.
Cody King's comment. Any big injury in that Titans game? Just Tannehill, so it's fine. Wow. Ouch.
It is what it is.
Go Jags.
Yeah.
I don't mean it's okay that he's injured. Like, I care for him as a human being, but it's for the sake of being a fan. I want to see Levis and I want to see Malik Willis play because those are going to be the quarterbacks that one of them will at least be on the roster next year. Yeah. I want to see, or if we are drafting like Drake May or somebody.
Okay.
I don't want Tannehill. I don't wish him ill.
Yeah. Before we move on, damn it, I forgot what I was going to say. What was it? Come on, brain.
Go Jags. That's what it was.
No, it was never the Jags.
I would wish injury on Trevor Lawrence, though. Just kidding. I'm not doing that.
You can cut his leg off. He'd still be better than Tannehill.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think I'm better with Tannehill with no glasses.
Oh. All right. So what percentage of blame for the QB struggles in Tennessee would you put on the offensive line specifically?
I'd say 20%. Any good quarterback or a top 16 quarterback could throw more than 2 touchdowns in 6 games.
Like Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence would be fine behind this offense.
Our O-line is like bottom 10 as well, so I feel your pain on the
like any quarterback with any kind of swift decision making would be fine behind this offensive line. Like the right side is actually pretty solid. Hubbard's been holding his own, and Brunskill's good. Brewer's better than I thought, and Skronski's actually a beast. Left tackle is the major problem, and it's a huge problem because it's a turnstile. And also Tannehill and Malik Willis have no spatial awareness.
Hey, we used it. It's like our word of the day or something. Brought it up, and we actually worked it into an actual thought. Hell yeah, that's what I like to see. Let's see. It's funny how that catchphrase got Wingard a captaincy.
It was always the Jags.
Captaincy? What the hell was that?
He became like he was never a team captain until after he said it was always the Jags after one of our big wins, and all of a sudden he was a captain like a week or two later.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then now everybody loves him because Yep.
I don't know. I still don't like him. He's goofy looking out there.
He is goofy looking.
He always there's always somebody scoring a touchdown on him. Like every time I see Wingard, it's because somebody scored a touchdown on him.
Yeah, he's either making a really good play or like forcing a fumble, or he's getting scored on. There's no in between. There's no that was a solid play from Wingard. It's either like, wow, what a fumble, or wow, what a touchdown. All right.
He's like the white Malcolm Butler.
Yeah,
different position.
All right. All right. So let's get into this Saints-Texans game real quick. First, the streak is over. CJ Stroud threw his first interception.
Yeah.
Now, That alone, the team response, though. Do you guys know what happened immediately following that first interception?
They
lost
cheer.
the game.
Fumble.
They stripped the guy of the ball and recovered it.
Double turnover.
And then drove down and scored a touchdown.
Solid.
That's one hell of an answer to throw in your first pick.
You could say they tried so hard and they got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter.
They won the game.
Did they?
They cheated.
20-13.
I agree with Blake.
They cheated. It was definitely not CJ Stroud's best game, only throwing for 199. He did have 2 touchdown passes and the one aforementioned interception. There were a couple sacks late in the game, if I'm not mistaken, that were mostly on him for holding the ball too long. They were able to throw some confusing coverages at him and kind of take advantage of him being a rookie. D'Amico Ryan said to him after the game that was the first time that a defense treated him like he was a great quarterback in the NFL. All the defenses before that were treating him like a rookie. So I think because of that, they were starting to throw deeper cut wrinkles at the man, and that was really kind of tripping him up. That being said, the running game looked a lot better today or Sunday. They gave the ball more to Devin Singletary, who on 10 carries got 57 yards, which is dramatically better than the 13 carries for 28 yards or whatever that Damian Pierce had, who has just not been able to do much of anything this year. He's been definitely a carry by volume or a yards by volume, and he's getting between 15 and 20 carries each game and not being able to crack more than 70 yards, I believe, at any point this season. It's been rough for the running game. But that's the way it goes when you pay a bunch of dudes to, pass block. And that's what Shaq Mason is. That's the guys that you drafted this year. That's all the Laramie Tunsil's a pass blocker. Nobody's ranting and raving about how this man run blocks. Titus Howard, better pass blocker. See, and this is it's kind of a trend. So the defense stepped up, even though they allowed a lot of yards. There was a bend and don't break kind of situation. When they needed to, they made big plays and got off the field. And that's really the mark of, a little bit of coaching and a lot of veteran leadership, being able to have your back put into a corner and then walk your way out of it by significant play. So things are looking up. Things are looking bright in Houston. Not necessarily do I sit here and say we're division contenders, but in this division, we kind of are. And it's too soon, I think, for this team because they're so young. I'd rather let them all have a year of just kind of being mediocre and sucking together and then growing from there. But because I have a feeling that no matter what, there's going to be a sophomore slump for some of these rookies. And there's a good chance that we don't make the playoffs next year if we do this year. So I'd rather it just be a tempered thing. My preference, whatever. Anyway.
So I'm a little curious what you mean by this is the first time he was treated as an NFL QB instead of a rookie.
A great quarterback versus.
No, what was the difference in defense that made you think that?
I didn't say that. That was D'Amico Ryans who said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I would assume they're probably holding off on going to get him. I guess probably less blitzes.
Yeah, they basically were just sending the front four and holding. Yeah, essentially.
I mean, that's just the Saints, but I mean,
yeah. But yeah, fair enough.
That's like saying the Colts treated him like a great QB by only sending their front four because that's all they send.
Yeah.
I mean,
for a defensive minded head coach, I mean, I know you guys won 13 points. That's good, but yardage wise,
I know.
Destroyed, time of possession destroyed, The turnover was obviously the big swing.
Yeah.
To go down and score that touchdown. But, I mean, I'm looking at this. It looks brutal.
Oh, yeah. The Saints were able to move the ball at will. Of course, we had Shaq Griffin out there, and everybody wants to ride him real hard right now on Texans Twitter. In a positive way, not a negative way. And
he's so bad.
Does he have the hand, or is that the one missing?
No, he's got both of his. His brother is the one with the hand.
Yeah, Shaquem Griffin is the one with only one hand.
Maybe he's
no longer in the league.
Switch him out. It might work.
He's been retired for like 2 or 3 years.
He's been that bad? Put in the retired guy.
It's one of those things where I feel like people just see him on the field and they're like, yeah, Shaq Griffin doing things. And then he just misses like a hella tackles, gets credited for pass breakups when people just drop the ball. It's like, all right. I mean,
that's my favorite thing in the world. The cornerbacks, when somebody gets burned and he just drops it. There's 3 cornerbacks like just clapping it up.
Yeah. Woo!
Right on the other team's sideline too. They're like right up in the grill.
Yeah. You ain't catching that today, boy. Yeah, every time. Isaiah and I were talking about that earlier. How it looks like the every Madden corner does that, even if the guy literally just was nowhere near it. Mm-hmm. Like no fly zone. It's like my guy.
Yeah, he graded out a 54.9 according to PFF in that game.
Yeah, which the color coding kind of confuses me. I know like the purple is really good or whatever. I'm colorblind, so it doesn't help either way. But
blue, yes, really good.
Blue is good. Okay.
Yes.
What is the color for the grade you just had?
It's like a orangish, like getting towards the orangish red, but still orange. Mm. Yeah, of course, red is bad.
Mm. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess everybody's just like, you got to watch the film. I don't. Like, I've seen him play. I'm good. The Texans going into a bye week have a lot of things to build for. They still have people coming off of IR, and we might have Juice Scruggs coming back. I'm almost 1,000% sure that Tank Dell will be back.
Fantasy team. Woo!
I don't know that there was any major injuries that happened during the game. I don't recall any, but this is one of those ugly games, and this is one of the. It kind of presses you as a team to go out there and win ugly when you have to. Not every game is going to be by the book the way you built it in practice. It's sometimes it goes against the grain and you got to adjust on the fly, and those games are not always pretty, and you want to win those, and they did. So that's a good encouraging thing going into a bye week. God, thank God I'm not a Titan. Anyway,
it has its perks.
Let's get into the only divisional matchup of the weekend. The Colts traveling to Duval, where they have yet to win a game since 2014, you said?
Obama. Just since Obama. Since Obama.
That's fine. That's an interesting way of measuring it. I was born in Daddy Bush. Thank you.
You're born during Clinton.
Papa Bush or
Daddy Bush, yeah.
No, you're Clinton.
Clinton?
Yeah. You were born 94, same as me.
Oh. Whoever. Some old guy that probably did something nobody liked. So
I was born during baby Bush.
When were you
Me
born?
too.
Oh,
nice.
The year of the Lord, 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Actually, no, you were born during Clinton. If you were born in 2000, Clinton was still president.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Oh, no, that's right. That's right. Bush won that year and then took office in 2001. I forgot they do it in the even year and they take office in the odd year. So,
yeah,
yes.
January 20th, Inauguration Day. 20th Amendment, guys.
If you didn't know, Blake's a teacher. Hey, we got another Clinton
a
here.
history teacher.
Hey, we got Robert, 1972. That a boy. Who was the president in 72? Was that Nixon?
No.
Ford?
Yeah.
When did Nixon get impeached? 71?
Oh, maybe it was Nixon.
I thought Nixon was.
Yeah, it was Nixon.
All right. I know something. My president.
67, right of the line. I see you.
Hey.
Got that Vietnam.
That was Kennedy, right? Was that Kennedy?
No, he was already dead.
67 was Johnson.
LBJ.
Yeah. 67
Johnson was a weird dude.
87, you're Reagan.
Oh, nice, Cody King. Hell yeah.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
He will not tear down that wall.
But
yeah, even though funny other fact, Berlin Wall came down underneath Daddy Bush, even though Ronald Reagan gets all the credit.
That makes sense. I can see that. So let's get into this Colts-Jags game. Alex, as the Colts fan for the evening, let's hear your perspective on the game.
I mean, what can I say? It started out, I got there a quarter late. Immediately, the Jags scored a touchdown. Like, when they scored their first, I sat down at my seat, and then the next play was run, and the Jaguars scored a touchdown to go up 7-3. Not a shot. I mean, they didn't turn. They didn't look back. This was, what can I say about this game? We didn't quit. That's the one good thing. We didn't quit, right? They actually said, you know what, we're going to try and come back instead of getting embarrassed. But I'm not a fan of Steichen at all. I've already said it before. I think he's the one that got Richardson hurt. I think too many design runs, honestly. And, I understand. Maybe I'm just bad luck. Yeah, I am. No, I am. I'm not going next year.
You're great luck.
Strike already. I'm on strike.
If you want to use my tickets to that game, you can, bro. Don't even worry about that.
No. My dad just peeped his head in. He said he agrees that I'm bad luck because he didn't go.
My stepdad has brought me to 3 LSU Florida games, and we've won. Florida has beaten LSU every time I've gone. And he's like, you're not invited to them anymore. And he invited me to the one this year. But it's the same weekend as the 49ers game, I believe. And I'm like, I'm not going to LSU, driving back, and then Sunday going to Jacksonville and driving. I'm not doing it. Yeah.
That's a great weekend. You just have to have somebody drive you.
I wish.
Just, but yeah, it was honestly just horrendous. I felt like they just came out like they did in 21. Just really slow. Nobody really looked like they even cared. I mean, we ran the ball 17 times and had Minshew throw it 55 times. I mean, I understand maybe in the second half you're down, but you have at this point 2 high quality running backs and you barely give them the ball. How do you not try and use them in so many different creative ways? I feel like Steichen maybe wanted to come out and just punch them in the mouth and say, we're going to score quick and, we're going to beat you guys this year. But I mean, it didn't happen. Clearly they were ready. The line, I mean, so far up into this game, it's been playing as like a top 5 offensive line. I think they've been graded as that maybe top 10, which is a very refreshing since they've fell so far in the last 3 to 4 years. The defense played great. They gave up 200 something yards when Minshew turned the ball over 3 picks. Yeah. I mean, giving up under 300, under 400 yards, if you throw 3 picks and fumble one other time, that's pretty damn good. But I feel like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Shane Steichen came from the Frank Reich coaching tree. He was under Nick Sirianni. Steichen looks exactly like Reich. He does not know how to manage his time. His play calling is not good. Reich just took away his own play calling because he's been so bad. And I mean, Steichen was the quote quarterback whisperer too. They said he developed Herbert and who was the other guy?
Hurts.
Who?
Hurts.
Oh, Hurts. Duh. I mean, as somebody said, Jags 4th in stuffing the run, but I mean, you have two of the top running backs in the league, and you run it 17 times. and Gardner was 2 of them. I mean, you have to at least try and establish the run at some point. And I feel like Stay just doesn't want it. He didn't want to do it. Didn't even want to try. So, I mean, credit to the Jags. Credit to the Jags. I give you credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Blake, you got a response to that?
I still think Minshew's QB1. I still love that man. He just reminds me of Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know, you never know what you're going to get.
He deserves it. 100%. I wouldn't blame him I think he should stay. That's a bad game. You have a bad game, right?
It was a rough day. I still think he's better than that. I do think it's weird. I mean, I didn't watch this game. I just watched highlights. What is the deal with Jonathan Taylor? Is he on a snap count, or are they just like, are they just trying to ease him into the offense? Because I think like that they said he hasn't seen the ball a lot.
They said they did that last week, and then going into practice, they said they were going to ramp him up in practice. Mm-hmm. I mean, I felt like he was not on the field at all. I saw him like, I don't know, 3-4 times. It felt like there was nothing. But then again, we were running the ball at all. He had that big catch and run, probably in like the second quarter or third quarter that maybe gave me a little bit of life. Mm-hmm. But besides that, I don't. Even if you have Taylor, you still have Moss there, who is a quality running back at his worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the same song and dance you really got to say with most of the AFC South when they lose. Yeah. We get away from the run too quickly most of the time, and that's usually what causes us to lose. It's just like, oh, we're getting stopped a little bit, and we kind of forget the long-term picture of like what the running game does for us, and it just completely fucks everything that we had planned.
Yeah.
Also, Minshew forgot he plays for the Colts.
He just kept.
I'm giving him that. He forgot. He still thinks he plays for the Jags.
Yeah, even though
I love that man though. Heck of a.
I love him too.
It's the mustache and the fact that he's like for no reason a junior.
The second.
Also, I know we don't choose the away jerseys normally. We got to stop. I can't get rid of the all white uniforms at this point. Just for this game, I can't stand looking at those all whites in the Florida sunshine. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, throw some blue pants on those guys, huh?
Yeah.
But I think the Jags, they pick it. They pick the away uniform. Am I right? Or no?
No, teal is our home color.
No, but you guys, the home team will pick the away uniform.
Not necessarily. They just say that we're wearing the home jersey or the away, and you guys can wear whatever modifications. Like you don't have to choose the pants. The jersey.
And that's completely stupid. They should at least wear the blue pants.
Yeah, the only thing that we do is like if we choose our alternate that you guys can choose between your home and away. But if we pick the home, I mean, we can wear our teal jerseys, and then you guys can wear whatever pants, helmet combination you want, as long as your jersey's the away or your alternate.
Mm-hmm. Throw in that black helmet, the black pants, or what? Do something different. You got to switch everything up.
Yeah.
Next year, at least. We don't have another shot.
They've had the same uniform since like 1950.
Yeah, it's such a boring uniform.
Let's get to some comments real quick. Right of the line says Minshew didn't have the heart to disappoint Jags fans.
Right.
Scarnhorse, the Aints ain't it. We got this. I'm really looking forward to the game being from Louisiana, though.
They have a heck of a defense. I will say their defense is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's against scrubs like y'all, sure. I'm kidding.
Minshew gets happy feet when under pressure and can't throw accurately if his feet aren't planted.
That's because he's hungover.
The one thing Peyton had happy feet. I know that's not a great comparison, but Peyton did have happy feet, and he was perfectly fine.
Yeah, because Peyton was also drafted in the 5th round, right?
Short week, T-Law slightly banged up. No Tyson Campbell playing at the Saints. It's going to be a tougher game than you think.
You think the 49ers game is a throwback like everyone is saying because the time people are excited to bomber jack and so for anybody, my bad.
You're good. Clarence Austin says Jags 24, Saints 17. Duval's finest. You think that 49ers game is a throwback like everyone is saying? Because last time people were excited a bomber jacket in England.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that, I don't know that we're going to wear throwbacks. I know that in the preseason we did a team up with Lefavre, however the fuck you say it, USA, who does like a lot of throwback collections for sports teams. They did one for the Gators. They did one for other teams. So I don't know if we're just going to be like marketing that stuff specifically, or if we're actually going to bring out some. I would love some throwbacks. They even did a survey in the off season about like what era of jerseys was the favorite in the 90s, like early 2000s, won by a landslide. So I would love to see him, but I'm not locking it. I'm not Tony Baselli. I'm not fixing to lock this one. I'm just going to sit back and hope we do, and I'll buy a T-Law jersey if we do.
They were advertising the old logo.
Yeah, so the old logo is also, though, that one specifically is the exact same one. It's the exact same one so it's not the full Jaguar. It's the Jaguars, and it's the head of the Jaguar with the claw coming over, not the full length one. And so the one thing I'll say about that is the exact logo that Lefavre USA is using for our throwback collection. So I don't know if it's an actual throwback game or if it's just like they're going to be marketing the Lefavre USA stuff.
Yeah.
Bomber jacket. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking as well, Scarn.
All right.
I would love to see it though.
Throwbacks are always really cool. You guys like 2012-ish, the ones where you had the two-color helmet, those are ugly. But
that was 2013 to 2017.
Yeah, you guys had cool uniforms.
I love those. Honestly, the two-tone helmet, I love those.
I didn't like them. They look goofy in Madden too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, in Madden, the 90s black jerseys with the with yellow and black shoes with the two-tone helmet was so nice. That's
probably pretty cold.
But yeah, no. Yeah, the dual tones.
Some teams need to just go back to their throwbacks full time. I feel like I personally
I hate the Buccaneers did.
They need to go back to that full time.
The Seahawks throwbacks.
They did.
90s.
The Bucks. The Bucks. That's their
they
full
need to go
jersey.
back to the creamsicles full time.
The creamsicle.
I can't stand what they're wearing now.
That's their old 90s stuff.
Yeah, I hate it. They need to go back further. Just turn it back all the way.
Yeah,
but
and the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks. Those are really cool too. The ones they have now, when they're bad, it looks like chicken shit.
Those creamsicles were fire.
I like them. People talk crap. I like those. Those are cool.
All right.
Yep.
Let's get the Duval perspective.
It was always the Jags. What can I say? So one thing I will say about Minshew's numbers too, that's kind of skewed a little bit, is that 89 or 90 of those yards came on Monteric Brown, our 7th round pick from last year, who got thrown in after Tyson Campbell he messed up his hamstring. They immediately attacked him with Michael Pittman. And so they did a good job with that. That was one thing from the game plan perspective that they started doing, and that's how they started getting back into the game, was attacking him right down the sidelines. And they really weren't shading Cisco over him very much, what they probably should have, but that's another story. We're really just in back playing prevent, honestly, because of how much we were up. It was a good game. Jacksonville's defense was playing pretty well. One thing I don't agree with in Jeff's takes was that like Jacksonville's defense didn't do anything to create those turnovers. Minshew was just throwing the ball bad. But they were in Minshew's face all night. There was 3 separate Jaguars with 5 pressures apiece. Every Jaguars defensive lineman had at least 1 pressure in the game. They were pushing dudes back in his face. Josh Allen had a great strip sack. Trayvon Walker had a couple big hits on Minshew as he was letting go of the ball. While he's not registering 2-3 sacks, or he's not at 6 sacks at this point in the season, he really has been getting at the quarterbacks and he's hustling. There was one play where I can't remember if it was a slant or what it was. They threw something and he turned around and hawked it like 10 yards down the field and got him. It was a good game by our defensive front. And then, of course, the DBs were just sitting back, and Minshew made some bad throws under pressure, and they went to us. Devin Lloyd finally looked like the Devin Lloyd we were hoping he would. He was playing really fast out there. If he didn't have that cast on, he probably would have had 2 picks, honestly, with those 2 that went right in his hands. But, catching with a cast is hard. I think Foye Aluakon graded out at a 91.3 or 91.2. He was the highest graded defensive, he's the second highest graded defensive player, highest Jacksonville player this week. We just had an all-around good game on there. People are freaking out about the yards on offense. I mean, we got the ball on their side of the 50, like most of our drives. So a couple plays and then kicking a field goal, or we got those couple touchdowns. it's just all around a complete game from Jacksonville. I would say, and also caught the Colts off guard on that long ETN touchdown because we haven't run Wildcat a single time this season. And then we ran it one play against them, and that was that big ETN touchdown run. Brenton Strange got his first touchdown. There was just a lot of stuff to look at, but still a lot to work on, honestly, on the offensive side of the ball. But that's kind of one of the things is like defense is playing lights out. The offense is just continuing to slowly get better. So, I mean, 15 tackles in the Colts game. 10 of those were solo tackles for Aluakin. Freaking Zaire Franklin, dude. That dude's so good. That just made me think he's so good. It makes me so sad that he's on a team that I hate, but he is so good.
He's going to get a massive deal.
Oh, yeah.
When he's up.
Probably not from the Colts, but he's going to get a massive deal because they don't like paying people. But I hope for his sake, I know he wants to play there, that he will. But no, I mean, it was just all around a good game from Jacksonville. I think that Lawrence looked decent at times. He had that one boneheaded throw that was picked off by Juju Brents. I like Juju Brents a lot, so it was awesome to see him get his first pick, even against us. But all around it was a pretty solid effort. The whole up by 14 points and running a bootleg pass with Trevor Lawrence, and he got tackled and hurt his leg. Everybody's acting like it's stupid Press Taylor and his play calling. Doug Peterson said that he liked to play. Whether that's him protecting his boy or whether that's him actually liking the play, which I think he actually liked to play. Doug Peterson and Press Taylor call an identical offense, and you can't tell me otherwise. But it's like, let's say our blocking does hold up and Trevor Lawrence throws a first down or a touchdown there. Everybody's talking about how it was awesome and how he blew out the Colts and how, we hate him and we scored so many points. We scored 40 instead, 42 instead of 37 or whatever it was. And, it didn't work out. He got tackled. Trevor Lawrence should have just went down there. But like I was mentioning earlier with Richardson is that, he's too competitive. He did the same thing in the Bills game on that snap over his head. He's trying to extend it. And he's trying to make something happen when there's nothing there. And, that's on the coaching. That's on him. That's just kind of on the team effort there. He just needs to get down. And the fact that we're still giving ETN handoffs in a 14-point game with, 3 minutes left, and we're handing it off to him twice in a row and throwing one to him. And we should have had Bigsby and some other guys in there getting reps. There's no reason to have your starters out there like that in a game where you're up by that many points. With 3 minutes left and trying to push the ball down the field. I think ETN has 140 something touches so far this year. And we're basically only a third of the way through the season, which does not look good for him. He's not a 400 touch guy, and he's going to be at like 360 to 380 by the end of the season if he stays on this track. And we still got playoffs potentially. I mean, more than likely at this point. But playoffs and we've got some bigger games coming up, the 49ers, other teams. And that's one thing I'm worried about with him is his longevity, but he really didn't do well in this game. I mean, it was kind of like, honestly, I know earlier we mentioned Henry looked good, but I mean, Henry had a 63-yard touchdown run and he averaged under 3 yards a carry for the rest of the game. And it's kind of like that is like ETN had that big 25-yard touchdown. And then, he's getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage the rest of the day. He's taking all these hits. I just want to see us play a little bit smarter with the lead and kind of get those guys out of harm's way when we don't need to put them in there. But overall, I think it was a solid Jags win. And I do, like I mentioned earlier, I do have to give it to the Colts for not giving up and still battling back in that game. I think Minshew will be fine. I just think he was a little shaken up, and Jags defense was putting some pressure on him. But I think in the end, Taylor and Zach Moss will be able to run on most other teams pretty well, and hopefully Steichen can figure it out and actually hand off the ball from now on.
Yeah, I mean, there was. I personally don't agree. There's no right or wrong, I guess, but I think we were down 18 with 7-8 minutes left. We're down on the 2. It was 4th and 2, something like that, and we go for it. Personally, I think in that situation when you just need points, you're down 3 scores, kick the field goal. You can get it down to 2 scores. We ended up scoring a touchdown on the very next drive. You could have gotten it down to 1 score at that point. I know they returned it, to the 50 or whatever, but it's still getting points on the board is good for your confidence. 1, that could give confidence to everybody. And 2, you don't know what you're going to need at that point. So, you still have 8 minutes. You're trying to make a comeback. We've done it before. We did it against the Rams. It's just not smart football to me. And that is a Frank Reich thing through and through. I am very for just taking the points no matter what. Basically what Belichick would do, because I trust what Belichick does. If he does it, that's why I hope he gets fired and we can fucking sign him.
That was one of Jeff's points, was that it's another week of Steichen not kicking field goals in those situations. That was that's one of the points that he had made in our group chat earlier before we knew you were coming on. Is that he was saying that that's one of the things is just again not taking points when they're there. Because I know there was 2 or 3 drives where we stopped you guys like on our side of the 50, and y'all were definitely within or close to like right at the edge of field goal range and didn't even attempt it. Just and Gay hit a 53 and a 56 yarder or 54 or whatever it was. He hit 2 long ones in that game, and they're just not taking points when they can.
I feel like it comes back to bite you at least double the amount of times unless you get the touchdown. I feel like that doesn't come back as much if you end up getting the touchdown versus just losing 3 points. I mean, it's a 10-point swing at that point.
Cody King has got some comments here. It's nice to have elite athleticism, but the audible to the play where Kirk scored, when you see him read the defense like that, that is huge for Trevor. That's the next step in his career.
Well put.
Sometimes kicking the field goal is good. Gives you momentum, and more importantly, doesn't allow the other team even more momentum when you're already down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what I will say, Cody, on that one is that was just so it's not. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't want it to be confused. That wasn't an in-game read from Trevor. That was a film study before the game read, and then they did it in the game. So of course he had to know the situation, but he did talk about that in the press conference. That was something he noticed Gus Bradley does a lot on defense, and when they saw it come up, him and Kirk checked to it. Also, Josh Allen on his strip sack, they came out into running formation, but he said the way that they lined up, he was watching film, and that was traditionally a way they line up, but they actually run either a play action or just a straight up pass out of it. As he said as well, is that he saw that coming and he went full pass rush on that play because he thought for sure it was the same formation they normally pass out of with the under center like that. So
you could tell. I mean, he was right
screaming off the edge.
Yeah,
and yeah, I mean, it's nice to see those guys do that. I think Josh Allen's going to get a big payday after this season, and it is nice to see Trevor do stuff like that. Because, the week before he did that with Ridley, he checked it to something different, and Ridley had that big play. Now you've got him checking it with Kirk, and they're getting a touchdown. I mean, it's nice to see him have that chemistry and the trust from the coaching staff to be able to do that kind of stuff.
This is a good chance to go ahead and plug Isaiah's OnlyFans, Only Jags, where he sits in a lawn chair wearing a Jag print mankini and a blonde wig and reviews nothing but Jaguars film. So if you're interested in those kind of things,
that'd be nice.
You can check out his OnlyFans.
When are we starting that?
That's all you, bud.
Okay. Word. The balls are in my my shorts, I should say, but
yes, so to speak, or the mankini. But yeah, look, that I don't know what it is about the Colts, but they go down to Duval County and they just forget how to football. At a certain point of struggle and however many years. Oh shit, that was you in London, bro. Over however many years and different coaching staffs and quarterbacks and defensive players,
it's a different GM.
Yeah,
at this point.
There's just something they can't figure out about that stadium. I don't know. Maybe the Rats put like a weird juju on the place or something. And the Colts are just
emotional support mice. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm convinced it's never going to happen. That you just have to write that in as a loss every year.
I'm fine with that.
At this point, they should just forfeit. I think it's less embarrassing than doing this.
How many years has it been?
This was
9.
It was 9 in a row. Yep. You
lose count. So many. I think a 4th grader.
I mean, you say that though, but Jacksonville had a streak with the Colts, or with the Titans, where we hadn't beat them. Even with the Colts, we haven't beat either of them at home in so many years, and they beat them last year, and then they beat you guys this year at home. Yeah. So anything can happen. Shoot, but Florida beat Kentucky for 31 years, and then
that's true.
Here, they beat us the past 5 or whatever now. So
I feel like this one. I mean, the Colts. I mean, they took away their playoff chances. That was probably the most embarrassing loss in franchise history. I feel like.
Oh yeah, when we were 2 in
2021. That was the first year I went. That was my first year I actually went. I was like, you know what? I want to go see them. I saw them twice already that year. I saw them play New England in Indianapolis, and play Miami in Miami. And they won both times. So I was like, we have to go now.
Yeah. Right of the Line says it's the Irsay curse for using Jacksonville against Baltimore for concessions.
I don't know what that means.
It's a porn. Look it up.
I know
Irsay.
I know Irsay used Jacksonville as leverage to go to Indy.
That's what he's talking about, yeah.
Maybe that must be, yeah. I don't know what concession.
I'm not old enough. I wasn't there when they packed up and left overnight.
Yeah, same.
Robert says Texans always beat the Jags at home.
Yeah, in the past couple of years we beat them at home, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Houston just can't win at home. That's just like its whole like we've got 2 home wins this season, and that's the first 2 home wins since 2021.
Let's go.
So,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough. But I think we've come to a good natural conclusion here. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for joining the show. Isaiah, Alex, Blake, thank you for your time and your insights. I want to thank everybody in the comments. Right of the Line, Robert, Cody, Scarnhorst, Calvin.
Titan Fox was in there, I believe.
Titan Fox.
He was early, yeah.
What? I didn't see this comment earlier. How do you?
Yeah, earlier, Scarner asked. I believe it was Scarner. Cody. No, Cody asked if he thought we could contend.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah.
Jags are number 1 in the South right now, and 2 of the AFC South teams are on a bye week, healing up and trying to gear up for a long portion of the season ahead. We'll hopefully try to find some answers, but we'll see. So, guys, again, thank you. Be good people. Also, actually, before we leave, Alex,
it was always the Jags.
You want to plug your stuff again?
Yeah, just go to chaoticallyintolerant.com. That's our home base for everything. But subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, whatever else you got. Just search Chaotically Intolerant. You'll find us.
Right on. Go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button here. Trying to get to 1,000. Y'all be good. Peace.